Hey there, if you're watching me, if you can see me now, I'm literally live in my private Facebook group. So be sure to join me and let me know you're there. Like the video and comment with your questions. If you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay. I wanted to come today as part 4 of 5 parts. I've been talking about value over the last 4 weeks. Let me turn my brightness down just a little bit. That's sort of an insider trick to doing video. I look really, really pale when I don't do that. But over the last several weeks, I've been talking about value. So the first part of value I talked about was definition. I'm sorry, clarity. Clarity of value means that you understand your most ideal clients. You know her really intimately well. You understand, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Before I even get to that, there's one more. The first part is about worth. You've got to understand your profound worth and how you show up in the marketplace. You've also got to believe at a much deeper level in what you bring to the marketplace through your programs, through your products, or through your services. So I see people are popping on. Welcome, welcome. I'm just sort of doing a recap. The first part of value I talked about was about your self-worth. The second part is about clarity. Clarity as in your ideal client, knowing her very, very well. And if you're around me for any length of time, you know that I believe that your ideal client is one person, and you know her so well. You know how she dresses, you know what she thinks, you know what she's facing every day in her life. And because you know that, you can identify one problem at a time that you're going to provide a service or a program or a product to her that's going to solve that problem. So part 2 was all about that kind of clarity. Part 3, which was last week that I did on Thursday, was all about definition. So you've got to be able to define value. That means you know that there are 3 types of value. I talked about them last week: business, financial, and lifetime value. So today is all about articulating value. So when you have your self-worth, when you have clarity about your ideal client, when you have definition about your types of value, then you can truly articulate value to your most ideal client. Now, there are a couple of parts that I want to give you today, very briefly, to talk about articulating value. Remember that anytime you're articulating value, and let me say it in some plainer terms, anytime you're talking about value to your most ideal client, it's all about what's in it for your client. It's not about how well you're going to perform. It's not about how many bells and whistles. It truly is about what's in it for your most ideal client. So the first tip I want to give you is all about what's in it for me. What's in it for me? And there's an acronym, WIIFM. Your ideal client wants to know what's in it for me. So as you are thinking about those types of value, you need to be able to say and speak very clearly what's in it for your most ideal client. That's tying the problem and the program or service that you offer together um, to the ideal client's problem. And then you can actually say very clearly what's in it for me. Okay. The second aspect of articulating is it needs to be emotionally relevant. We are really products as humans of our emotions. So when you're thinking in terms of emotional relevance, it means you're connecting the problem and all of the angst and emotions and pain that is causing the client to something that is relevant, as in the program, the service, or product that you're offering. Okay, so when you're showcasing value, when you're expressing value, when you're speaking about value, the first thing is what's in it for me. Okay, that's what your ideal client is asking. What's in it for me? The second thing is all about emotional relevance. So looking at and ferreting out the emotions that your ideal client is dealing with as a result of her problem. When you can connect your solution to those emotions, to those feelings, what's in it for me takes on a much deeper meaning for your most ideal client. It's really important to be able to do that. I'm not giving examples on this because, I want you to come out and be part of something I'm working on. I've got the book, which I go into a little bit more detail about emotional relevance in the book. I charge for that, Mastering the Mindset for Sales Success. I also have a selling masterclass. I'm going to put links to all of this below so that you can catch them. But I want to be sure that you know, again, these are things that you can do, and how you express it can become clear when you understand that. So what's in it for me, emotional relevance, and then it has to be invitational. And by invitational, yeah, you can take people to a place where they're feeling their pain. You can take people to a place where they understand how nauseating or painful or frustrating they're feeling about whatever the problem is creating in their lives. But you've also got to be able to give them a promise. You've got to be able to show them relevance of hope. So the bold promise, the big hope, is really giving them a picture, painting a really good picture of what it looks like for them when their problem is solved, knowing that their problem is solved by the solution that you offer. So those are the 3 strategies I wanted to give you today, all about how to articulate value. There are some things coming up. Like I said, I'm going to post a link to the YouTube replay because I'll be posting the replay on YouTube. I'm also going to post a link to the selling masterclass that I have coming up on Tuesday. It's called How to Sell with Confidence, Grace, and Ease. We'll be talking a little bit about what I'm talking about now. I'm going to share more from my book, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper than I do in my book. And I'm also going to invite you to come out and join me for an evening of empowerment. I'm traveling across the country in multiple cities, talking about my book, sharing information from my book, and I'd love to meet you face to face in real life, IRL, as well. I didn't say who I am, but if you're in this group, you know I'm Wendy Y. Bailey, your income acceleration mentor. And I'm a master business and sales coach. I'm a 16-year veteran in the coaching industry in my business full time. And I'm excited that I'm bringing this luscious, really very specific content to you as part of your membership in this community. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. You can, I think I'm going to see if you can share the video. I'm going to figure out how to make this work. I just want to give you some special love and some special attention. That's why I'm in the group now, and that's why I'm doing what I do in the group. This has been the Profitability Power Hour. This is part 4 of 5, where I'm talking about value. Over the last 4 weeks, I've given you a different aspect of value. I reviewed it a little bit here, but catch the replays on YouTube. And let me know what you think. If you have any questions, post them below the video, and I will look forward to seeing you next time for a new episode of the Profitability Power Hour. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.